Okay, sorry, I messed up the first time. Okay, so talent, short answer is I don't really have it. You're like, oh, you're okay at like drawing, or you're okay at like sports and like throwing a ball, and like you hit most of the time. You were good at throwing. People could usually catch your throws. You had pretty decent aim or whatever, or or you were decent at running or whatever. That was gonna be my sports thing. When they threw a ball, I could usually hit it with a bat and everything when we played sports in the class. Um, I was real hit or miss. I wasn't really that great. I was better at passing with the basketball and stuff like that. I was okay. I did really well, like, by myself when I was practicing on my own. And then sometimes even in the game and everything, I was a lot better than with, like, all the pressure of, like, having to do good during practice and everything. I was always really bad during practice in basketball because I could never make any of the hoops. Um, but like the hours in the entire school day before that I was practicing, I could make almost most of them and a lot of them. And then when I went to practice, I couldn't make any. It was a mess. Okay. So yeah, and then like I'm okay. Like, but people were just always better at me. They were always like faster at running. They were always, um, they had better aim. They could like hit every time. They could always almost always make the ball go into the hoop and everything like that. Um, they're just faster and the better, and they always had more training and more time to do it, and to really grow on their talent, to let their talent grow and shine through and everything like that. And then for like drawing and everything, you're like, oh, take a season practice, but almost everyone around me was super talented and more talented than me, and I was like, even without training, and then when they trained a little bit, they were just better. Okay, and then walking, yeah. So, there's a really funny video. I think it's by ADHD, like Love. I think that's their channel called. But it's a really cute little couple and everything. And the woman, the girl, I'm pretty sure they identify as a girl and everything. They didn't say anything else in their videos. Yeah, they look like a cis straight normal couple. Anyway, yeah, that she's like, there's T-Rex arms. I don't really notice me doing that something, but the Wanderer, yeah, I 100% do that. And I was like, obviously, like fidgeting all the time and having to do everything with your hands all the time. There's this little flap in the back that I keep playing with. This thing. Little stand. Okay, yeah. And walking, I always wander around, like, I'm pretty aimlessly, and then, like, for work and everything, all I'm doing is labeling different locations and throwing them online. Um, and then just calling it off. So I use that wandering and having to always do something with my hands to my advantage and work life. It worked out that way for my job. Okay. Yeah, so I almost always just like wander, and then I was always like also speed walking, because they were like, oh, you're just really slow, but most of the time I just like stopped and stared randomly and just stopped walking. And then you were like, oh, you need to walk faster, you need to keep up with class, and then ever since I was like speed walking all the time, I was like, and pass all of you. I'm trying to leave as fast as possible. Try to get by. I was like, leave everyone behind in the dust is the aim, the goal. Yeah. So like, and then they randomly at school they did like the speed walking. They timed you for that and everything. You're like, I should have won, but like they were all secretly like jogging a little bit and running a little bit. That's how they were making up the time, because naturally they don't walk that fast, and they're not a speed walker, and they're definitely not faster than me. Okay, I think that should be everything. I'm trying to make these as fast as possible and get these out, because I need to go to sleep. I need to shower, sleep, after I finish eating. I'm in the middle of eating. And then I'm gonna go, I gotta sleep for like a few hours, and then I gotta wake up right before 7, and then I gotta go to my first appointment, and then I have to wait 6 hours after that appointment to go to my next appointment. And we gotta stay awake, because normally all interactions are super stressful, even if they go well and everything, and I'm always exhausted and completely drained. And I'm always exhausted and completely drained, even if I don't do anything. So then when I actually do something, then you're like, nope, now pass out. So I'm just gonna have to keep myself awake and everything. So I'll probably make more videos, but whatever. But yeah. But I'll need to have to make myself go to sleep soon, hopefully. I worked for like 5 hours, just a little bit under 5 hours, like 20 minutes less, because everyone got down at the same time, and I was like, if we're gonna get down that early, then I shouldn't have had to come into work. I'm just annoyed. Okay, whatever. Yeah, but random crap, blah blah blah. I wander most of the time, a little bit. I don't really know what to do with my arms. There's a little bit T-Rex arm. Mostly just speed walking though, and I'm always doing something random with my arms. But then also like they're like, oh, you just talk with your hands and everything. Yeah, no, my hands always are moving, almost always doing something. And then you're like, my hands can do all the talking. They don't need my mouth to do anything. They have their own language and they communicate. And you're like, oh, I learned a little bit of sign language, but just like the ABCs and a few curse words. But most of the time, they're not making any coherent sentences or even saying the curse words. They're not making any sense, whatever. But and then I do like sometimes when interact with other abnormal people because they get it. Because I'm like, all I made was sounds and my hands did all the gesturing, and we've had entire conversations and we understood each other perfectly, and we didn't need to talk, and we didn't use any words or mouths or sounds or anything. We didn't need anything to have full blown conversations and to understand each other perfectly. Yeah. Because I especially was more connected with my sister because I was like, we were only 2 years apart and we always shared a room and everything. So just with gestures and just a noise, I'd be like, oh, you want water? Oh, you want this? Oh, you want me to leave for a little bit? Oh, you needed me to leave because you needed space and time. Oh, you want music? Oh, you want me to stop talking? Oh, you want me to continue the episode? Stuff like that. And then they can just even give you that information with just like a look or something like that. Okay, nonverbal cues, I can click it up. That's just not something normal people can do. Okay, that was another topic, but I don't know if I'm going to keep that. I guess I probably will. Whatever. Bye.